You may have heard that the CIA's deputy director, Michael Ellis, he removed the acting general counsel, technically the principal deputy general counsel. He removed him and made himself the acting general counsel. This was broken by the New York Times in early October. The question, though, was why? Why did Ellis take this step? The New York Times reporters did not reveal that. And they also said that the name of the man who had been removed and reassigned was not publicly released. So I'm going to be sharing some new exclusive details on this that will provide more pieces to this puzzle. First off, this lawyer is not covert, and it turns out that his name is publicly available online. His name is Michael Vega. And a source familiar with the matter tells me that he seemed to have no idea that he was going to be demoted because at a private event before this happened, days before it happened, he was talking about how things were going well with the new leadership. There was no indication that he saw any signs of change coming up ahead. Another source with knowledge of this matter tells me that in addition to Vega, there were also one or two other lawyers in this office who were also removed and reassigned. And this is where there's more clarity around what really happened here. I'm told that these one or two lawyers, they worked in the Western Hemisphere. They were providing counsel on the Western Hemisphere. And what have we been hearing so much about when it comes to the Western Hemisphere? Well, it's these boat bombings in the Caribbean and activity near Venezuela. The president himself saying that he authorized covert action in Venezuela. So these are lawyers who are providing legal advice, and that includes on operations. Quote, they'd be the first ones to say yes or no, or I don't know, let me talk to the general counsel. That now would be Michael Ellis, who is the number two at the agency as well. Usually, when it comes to questions around a specific operation, these can come very quickly, I'm told, at the speed of operations. But I'm also told that when it's brand new activity, a new type of activity, it can take longer to understand the facts and what the standards are. Think of it like the FBI. It will do searches and seizures, but it needs to have a warrant first. It's not just barreling down a person's door. There are certain standards that need to be met. I'm told that agency personnel were very much taken aback at the removal of these lawyers. And to be clear, this is not something that happens frequently. Neither of the people that I spoke to had any sense that this was a regular occurrence. And to give you a little bit more on who Michael Ellis is, he was the former general counsel of the NSA, but then NSA Director General Paul Nakasone swiftly put him on administrative leave when Biden began his first term. There's a DOJ report that I'll be summarizing and putting in the body of the text that goes with this video to tell you more about the wheres and whys and what came from that. But essentially, there were questions around his handling of classified information and why General Nakasone made the decision that he did. He also was a Republican staff member in the House Intelligence Committee under Devin Nunes, and that seems to be where he earned the support of President Trump. He also worked in the National Security Council, and he's from the Heritage Foundation. Now, what of the actual general counsel and the fact that we're talking on an acting level? Well, the president nominated a man by the name of Joshua Simmons. He has been in and out of the State Department as an advisor, as a lawyer for years. He has a good reputation. He was speaking with senators in a confirmation hearing in early October. And Afterward, Senator Ron Wyden was one of several lawmakers who wanted to follow up with him to ask him some more specific questions. So I'm just going to read to you what he asked and how Simmons answered, because it's also important for this conversation. Wyden says, quote, "Do you believe that either DOD or the CIA can legally kill anyone regardless of nationality when capture, arrest, or interdiction is feasible?" And Simmons says back in this written document, quote, "Any legal assessment of this type of question would involve a careful review of the particular facts and circumstances. In general, the law of armed conflict does not require that enemy combatants be warned or given an opportunity to surrender before being made the object of the attack." So that gives us some thinking into Simmons and where the agency and, frankly, the Department of Defense stands on this particular topic. Simmons also told lawmakers in a different document, quote, "I represented international oil companies headquartered in the United States with claims against Venezuela arising from expropriation of multi-billion-dollar projects." So interesting, could be coincidental. The guy having done work with the State Department, you're working on a lot of overseas matters, but something that I just pulled out. Now, the Defense Department, the Department of Justice, they have said that these strikes on alleged drug boats are completely legal. The Washington Post reported that there was a classified legal opinion which said that military personnel involved in these strikes would not face any prosecution. They would not be exposed to that in the future. I reached out to the CIA to learn more about what I found. And at this time, at 10:30 in the morning on Monday, I haven't heard anything back. I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you for watching. Your support is so appreciated. Share this with friends. If you can swing and become a paid subscriber, because it takes time to do this work, it would mean so much to me. Thanks again. Bye, guys.